Hey Glenn, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, this is Michael Burgess. I'm at Exit Realty Northwest. We're here in beautiful Hoffman Estates. This is my lender partner, Glenn Moreno. Glenn, I come across many of my clients in my business, just the nature of my business, where there's a lot of renters. I have a lot of renters in my database. And you just look out there in the rental market, there's lots of news out there about rents are getting really expensive for people, especially in the city of Chicago.
Absolutely.
Going through the roof. And you and I have had a lot of work, a lot of talk together about what's happening in the buyer's market to help buyers with being able to afford a home as opposed to renting it. So we want to get together today and bring some news to you folks about how some of that might be able to work for some of my clients, and just give some information to people out there about how it, honestly, in this market, it is actually cheaper to buy than to rent. We're going to make that case today, I think.
Absolutely. You and I have found that two things seem to be holding people back from becoming homeowners. One is either their credit or not having adequate down payment.
Right.
And so now that we see people seeing rents going up, they're getting their credit better, they've either waited through a waiting period of a bankruptcy, a short
Correct.
sale, a foreclosure. They're now of the time frame of, I'd like to stop renting and I'd like to get into a home situation again.
Right.
And yet they're looking at, but I just don't have the necessary down payment. And today our tip of the week is going to be on what down payment assistance programs are out there to help people become homeowners.
Exactly.
So what I brought today, Mike, was a little bit of the whiteboard,
Hey.
a little demo here for
Good
us.
for you.
And we're going to first start out with a typical renter. I mean, when Michael's saying that rents are going up, I mean, it's not uncommon to see somebody paying $1,500 a month in rent and more in the
That would be
city.
cheaper around here. For a 3-bedroom, we're looking at $1,800 or more sometimes.
Exactly. So this is a conservative estimate of saying somebody, if they rent, they're going to pay at least $1,500 a month in rent, plus a security deposit of another $1,500. That's going to mean that they would give around $3,000 to the agent to help them get that 2-3-bedroom home that they'd love to rent.
Correct.
Conversely, if they thought about or were educated on the down payment assistance from the state of Illinois, we're going to talk about two different programs here. If they purchased a $200,000 home, and let's say they were going with a minimum down payment of, say, 3.5%. 3.5% for a down payment on a $200,000 home is $7,000. Minus a down payment assistance of $5,000, and if they're in selected counties, Cook County being one of them, they could get up to $7,500 that they could receive.
That's correct.
So let's be conservative. With $5,000, they would then be able to, their out-of-pocket would only be $2,000. So now what we're doing for the renter is saying, well, you can continue to rent and be out-of-pocket $3,000, or you can own an appreciating asset, a $200,000 home, and be out-of-pocket only $2,000. Which would you rather do?
This is what's interesting to me, and the case I try to make to people when I say it is cheaper to buy than to rent. People think, well, yeah, I should own because I have equity, I have ownership, I have an asset. I'm not just paying someone else's mortgage. I got my own mortgage.
Absolutely.
Our case is that even today, out of your pocket next month or whenever you bought a house or signed your new lease, you would be paying less. We're making clear, less out of pocket to buy a home of $200,000 than to rent the same home.
Absolutely. When we go through also what their monthly payment is,
Yeah.
which consists of principal and interest, taxes, insurance, any type of homeowner association dues, on a $200,000 home in this low interest rate environment, they're at or below what they're currently paying.
Correct.
And then what we do is we talk to them about the tax deductions that they're eligible for, like the mortgage interest, the real estate taxes.
Right.
On an after-tax basis, they're definitely out of pocket less than if they were just to continue to rent. So two good points. What they're going to end up out of pocket up front, and then on an ongoing basis, their payment's going to be less than what they're currently paying.
And they have an asset that's growing, that they can someday lend against.
And here's what we need to make sure that they understand. There's two criteria to really get into these programs.
Exactly.
One is $5,000. It is a interest-free loan from the state of Illinois. That $5,000 would be paid back at $41.67 a month, principal only, no interest. You need to have at least a 660 credit score and make less than $85,000 a year. Most renters meet that profile.
Almost everyone I work with doesn't make more than that.
Correct. And then conversely, if you're in select counties, Cook being one of them, they would be eligible for a $7,500 down payment assistance that is a forgivable grant, forgivable 1/5 over 5 years.
Right.
So again, if they stay in it for 5 years, they owe nothing back to the state of Illinois, which is just a fantastic program.
Crazy, yeah.
Same credit criteria, 660 or better credit score, make less than 85,000. If it's one or two people, if it's a family of three or more, then the income level goes up to like $97,000. So
There you go.
again, all doable, reachable for most of the renter profiles that you and I see.
Right. And that's what I hear. Most of my renter clients who call me back or we talk again or they're looking for a new rental, and they've been in that kind of situation in the past. I help. They're renting because they either went through foreclosure, they went through a bankruptcy, their credit was shot. Now we see that they're either there or they're close. So they tell me, you know, or someone says, I don't think I can buy, my credit is only like 650. It's not that great. We're telling you 650 is not bad.
Absolutely.
It might be good enough.
Because again, 660 is what they need to go FHA. If they want to go conventional, they only need a 640 or better score.
Right.
And then they're putting 5% down. But again, 5% on 200,000 is $10,000 minus $7,500 from the state of Illinois. You're only out of pocket $2,500, and you own an appreciating asset.
There you go.
So we're in the business. I'm in the business as part of the Michael Burgess team to give assistance in getting people pre-approved. In other words, I'm going to help them run their credit. I'm going to help them understand what their monthly payment is. I'm going to help them understand what their out-of-pocket is going to be. So as part of the Burgess team, I'm here to give assistance, Michael, to anybody that's looking to qualify and get into these programs.
So I work with you, Glenn. And as Michael Burgess, I'm your realtor, Dr. Mike, the house call doctor. I'm here to help you find out what it is that you're looking for, where you want to move. You know, we look at your market. I help my buyers understand the buying process. It's a big deal to buy a house. There's a lot of scary information. I try to cut through all that. I'm an educator by nature, so I try to take complex things and try to break them down so that we understand exactly what we've got to do when. So we're process oriented, but we're still keep that dream alive. So we're looking at the kinds of houses you most want to be in, and then basically understanding the process. That's my job, is to get you into the home. Glenn is to help you buy it.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed this tip of the week, and we'll be back next week for another tip of the week.